So earlier on in my career, I used to put so much weight or stock in my beginning of year, mid year, and end of year review conversations. And I would usually end up being disappointed, specifically with my end of year conversation, because although and the reason I guess I was so disappointed was because I had these expectations of a promotion or a raise coming, and I ended up being let down because I didn't get those things at the in those conversations, or that never came about. But it wasn't until later in my career, through mentorship and just learning through experience, that my expectations and my view of those conversations sort of changed, and I put them, I think, in a better perspective. Now, before I get into that and start talking about that, I do want to say my name is Ryan Holguin. Welcome to the Practical Place. So I post videos like this, where just open discussions, things I'm thinking about, things I think may be helpful to younger professionals or those who just like to think through their career and what they're doing. But I also like to dabble and talk about other areas of life that I'm interested in, like data, sports, what's going on in the business world of corporate America. A little bit of background on me. I'm a certified project management professional. That's sort of how I cut my teeth in corporate America. Although when I started with the organization about 9 or so years ago, it was entry level, and I've been able to sort of work my way up in my own career path. And so, this channel is sort of an outlet for me to just make videos and talk about things I enjoy talking about. So if any of that resonates or interests you, I would encourage you to subscribe and to join us along the way. I think there's about 370 plus subscribers here. So go ahead and join the community here that we've built. Sorry, I was recording and my son was peeking through, looking at me. Anyways, so this is a pretty raw channel, if you can't tell. I don't like to edit or cut things out for the most part. Earlier in my videos I did, but I've kind of just changed my philosophy a little bit. But yeah, in talking about end of year conversations, I would get so, one, it started off with an excitement. I was so ready to talk about my career and talk about, what value I added to my team and department that year. And I would just hope that my boss or manager at the time would, give me a raise, a huge raise, 10% raise, a promotion, whatever that looked like. But it wasn't until a few years going through that whole process and exercise that I learned, maybe like year 3 or so, that I just learned that not to put so much weight on that. Now, I don't want this to be a video, and really none of the videos that I post should be taken as prescriptive. Do this and you get this result. There's so much nuance to life, and your career is your career, so you do whatever you see fit. Success looks different for you than it does look for me. I probably value different things than you do, but if you're watching this channel, you're somebody who wants to better themselves and think through, and maybe we are like-minded, but do whatever you want. But for me, it was, I put so much weight in, making goals for yourself. If you're at an organization with some structure, you probably have a system where you have to log your goals, and then you have to report on your goals. And that a lot of the times that happens through these beginning of year, mid year, end year reviews. And I actually just had mine this week, and it was really good. It went really well, but I've also evolved my perspective on it. And so what I used to think was that these were the moments that really defined what direction I was going to go for that year. If it was beginning of the year, mid-year, like if I'm on track where I need to be, and then in year, like did I achieve the goal, and are you going to validate me now with a promotion or a big raise? And that was sort of how I thought about it. Now, some may be watching and thinking that that's really naive, but I didn't know any better. And that's sort of why I make these videos, is because maybe it helps or inspires or encourages somebody out there who does think that way. And if you do, that's totally fine. You can think that way. But what I learned was a lot of the times, these conversations are good to have, and it's a very intentional time to talk specifically about you and your career, or for me and my career. But when I unlocked, I felt like a cheat code. It was my one-on-ones that should typically happen on a regular cadence, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. I'm very much a fan of weekly one-on-ones. I found a lot of success there, just because whenever you miss one, it's only a 2-week time span from when you last met, whereas anytime you miss a bi-weekly or monthly meeting, it's you're out a whole month or 2 months or whatever, right? So weekly cadence has seemed to be something I've enjoyed, but what I've learned is those are those opportunities every single week for me to be able to talk about my career, and that's really where the magic happens. Now, not every one-on-one meeting is going to be this revolutionary thing or going to change your career or going to be life-changing or whatever, but stack, brick upon brick. As you stack those conversations, as I started to go in them with more intention, more structure, talking about obviously the work I'm working on currently, but then also the bigger picture of like the direction I want to go, and letting my manager know where I want to go. I used to think it was just so taboo to talk about my career and growing. And I felt like it was bad if I spoke with my manager, or I talked out loud with somebody on my team that I wanted to get better, or that I wanted to grow into a different role and mature into something else. Like, I thought that was looked down upon, and there's some cases in my career where that seemed to be looked down upon. Now, maybe people didn't verbalize that, but with actions and the ways people responded to things, it kind of felt that way. Maybe you can relate to that, but those one-on-ones just built up throughout the year is really where the magic happens. And the end of year, beginning of year, mid-year review is obviously another great touch point to do that. Like, that's what just happened this week. We talked about a lot of highlights of my year and just the value I was able to bring, and that's great. But I'm not going into these meetings anymore thinking I'm going to have some sort of promotion or huge raise or anything like that. Like, if I get a merit increase, if I get whatever, that's awesome, and I'm really happy about that. But I know that a lot of the promotion stuff and the raise situations happen outside of that for the most part, at least in my career. Maybe it's different where you're at or wherever you in your experience, and if it has been, let me know in the comments below, and maybe that encourages or helps somebody else's perspective. My experience is not universal. Like, this may not apply to everybody, and I guarantee it probably doesn't, but for me, I've learned to just see those end of year conversations as for what they are, a great opportunity to summarize the year, talk about the year, and then even a little bit preview what's to come in the following year. But don't walk into it, for me, with expectations of hopefully I get this raise, or hopefully I get a new promoted to the next level in my role or whatever, because again, all that stuff should be happening outside. And what I've learned is good managers will value those things. They want to talk about those things throughout the year. They want to help and mentor you as an individual contributor or wherever you're at. If they're open to that, then that's a good indicator. Now, this is a blanket statement, but in my experience, that's been a good indicator that that's a good manager. That's somebody who wants what's best for you. And for me, my value is I want to make people around me better. So, if and when I ever get a chance to manage people in my career, that is something that I would hopefully want to value with them and teach them, which is I want that person, just like I want for myself, to be able to grow and become an asset wherever they best fit, right? And if that's not with the team that they're on, then hey, how do we get to that place where you can get on the team to where you enjoy what you're doing more, and you're actually benefiting everybody else around you better? And so, yeah, I don't know what that does for you, if that helps, flip a light switch on, or a light bulb, turns on for you, where there has been a lot of weight put on these mid-year, beginning of year, end of year. I don't know why I keep going out of order when I say that, but these review meetings, because again, goal setting is good at the beginning of the year. So don't hear me like downplay any of this stuff. Like, setting goals at the beginning of the year, checking in on those goals in a certain cadence, beginning, mid, end of the year is great, and that's good, and that's helpful for the company. And that's an easy sort of framework for a company to adopt. But the magic, like I said before, is happening for me throughout the year and all those other conversations. And don't be afraid. At least what I learned was not to be afraid to speak up about my career in those one-on-ones. I know at least for me, it was like kind of hard and it felt taboo. But then once you find those good managers, or any manager really, I would still encourage somebody to speak up regardless of the manager, because that's, you should be able to, and just say, I want to do this. What does it take for me to get to that place, or what am I lacking in to be able to get from point A where I am to point B where I want to be? Is there a course? Is there a program that the company offers? Is there somebody I can talk to learn more about that? And a lot of the conversations about that I've had is just reaching out on a normal Tuesday. It's not during a mid-year, end-of-year review. It's been just during the week, on a random, any given day where I'm just ready to have a conversation or reach out to somebody. And more often than not, in my experience, people are really willing to have those conversations. Just think about your manager or wherever you're at, the people that are above you. How did they get to where they're at? Well, they had these conversations, and it probably wasn't at the end of the year conversation where they said, all right, we're promoting you now. It probably happened throughout the year, some point when they're having these conversations on a regular basis, throughout the workday or whatever. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you somebody who struggles and gets really nervous, or has been historically let down by end of year reviews? If so, why has that been a case for you? Is it an expectation thing? Is it just a misunderstanding thing? Like, what is that? And then also let me know if this was something that happened to enlighten you about how to view this. Maybe it was helpful. Again, it's your career. You do whatever you see fit, whatever makes the most sense for you. But for me, this has been a helpful framework to just kind of shift my thinking about what I should expect from these end of year meetings. And whenever they're put in their proper place, it's actually been a lot better of an experience for me. So let me know in the comments below if you have any insight or thoughts on this topic. If you've had your end of year meeting, how did it go? If you haven't had it yet, what are your thoughts going into it? And subscribe to the channel if you found this video helpful and insightful, and like it as well. I would really appreciate that. Again, until next time, my name is Ryan Holguin, here with The Practical Place. I will see you in the next video.